I was recently asked on my YouTube channel about my Dark Crystal Toys video that I had posted and about the locations that I had used, the exterior locations. Was I able to film that in my own backyard, or did I have to go further afield? Actually, I've already shot a video about this and edited it, and it was about half an hour long, and then I had a computer glitch. So today I'm going to show you some of those locations a little bit quicker and just get that posted. Maybe one of these days I can reconstruct that footage. Actually, I filmed it here in my parents' backyard. This tool shed belonged to my dad, and it was right over here that I first sort of had the idea about doing the video, because I saw that the roof and the rain runoff had formed this ditch right here, and it sort of had this green mossy touch to it that then became dirt right under the edge of the building where no grass had grown. So you had this dark area in there, you had the dirt area, then you had it suddenly transitioned into green with a ditch scaled to action figures, and you had some plants over here, and then this tree became several locations because the bark was falling off of it in interesting ways. So that's where Jen was when he said, "All right, alone then." And this is where the Gartham were coming around. And this is where the Skeksis Chamberlain figure by Nika was confronting the Funko Jen and Kira. And I think I did a Fizzgig shot around here in the back and some more Skeksis Chamberlain shots. As we go towards the house, there's a couple of other locations. Over here on these paving stones, this is where I decided to shoot the crystal chamber. And to make walls behind the figures, I would take these three cinder blocks and just stack them up in different configurations. And it would depend on where the sun was. If the sun was coming from this direction and casting a shadow that way, I'd put the walls here. But if the sun had moved and was this way, I'd put the walls here. So I could position myself differently on these different paving stones. Then, at the time, all of this was grown up very green. And so this same location with the camera down like this was where the Landstriders were going full tilt, and they were saying, "Oh, the prophets didn't say anything about this." Right over here would be where I did the shots for Aughras, and I used this armillary sphere of my mom's in the background, out of focus. I placed it over there and made it into sort of the orrery back there. Let me step up in here and see if this spot's still visible, because right down in there were some holes that were the entrance to Aughras, and Jen was actually up in the bushes here. Actually, I snapped off a piece of a bush and I put him in that for that shot. Now, this has all been thinned out a lot since I did all of that. A plant was breaking through the bricks right here, so they had to have a lot of stuff cut away. And then right in here is where the Landstriders first came up to Kira's call. And so, yeah, that's lots of locations were done right here in my parents' backyard, just about 6 miles from my house. So this is the farthest location shooting I had to do. And the rocky quarry locations were actually done very close to my house, across the river, just a couple of blocks away. So the last time I visited those, when I got the Winged Kira set, and I went back to recreate a couple of shots, rain had eroded all of that loose rock and sand, and it was no longer a sharp wall. It was like a very slanted out wall now, so I had to go around the corner of the ditch and shoot in a different spot when I got there. But that's most every location that you see in the film. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm in the guest bath now at my mom's house, and there was one item that was inside the house, and I took it outside to film. This was this ram's horn fossilized spiral thing. It's now wall art, but at the time she just had it laying on a stack of things. So I took it out there and put the mystic on it and had it be the spiral sand painting from the beginning of the movie. So thank you for watching.